So here's a quick disclaimer before the rest of the video. The footage after this is older, so it probably has some outdated information in it. Nothing too crazy, I don't think. One or two swears, stuff like that. I'm gonna put like a more detailed explanation in the description, so if you care for details, you can read that. If not, just enjoy the video.
Hey, it's me, Jazz. So I got to go to Michael's yesterday and I found a bunch of discount markers that I'm gonna show you, and then I'm gonna show you markers, and then I'm gonna show you a sketch I did, and I'm gonna try to record coloring it with my new markers. I don't currently have a great setup for holding my phone to film, so it's gonna be a journey, but we'll get there. Anyway, I'm gonna flip my camera and show you markers. Alright, so I don't actually live anywhere near a Michael's, so it's when I get to go to a Michael's, it's pretty cool. That's why I get excited and I grab markers anytime I go, if I can find them on sale. So I found a bunch of Prismacolors that are normally $7. Let's see if I can focus. Wow. The light, okay, yeah, and they were $2.47, which I thought was pretty cool. I found a few that were brush tipped. I think 2. Wait, was it, did I just, okay, I found a few that were brush tipped, but apparently only bought 1. So I bought 1 brush tip in gray 10%, warm gray 10%. I have a few other warm grays, and I thought it'd be smart to like just round out the number of grays I have. The rest are all chisel tip. No, the rest of the Prismacolors are. But I got another gray in 30%. And then got this super cool color. I think it's like green tea. Let's see. Yep, green tea. And then a super cool blue, which is looking kind of gray in this, but it's sky blue light. Dang. Okay. And then I got a sienna brown, which is a really cool color. I think it's gonna make a really cool skin tone. Stay. And then a grass green, but it looks, I don't know. It's not quite grass green to me. It's closer to a jade on paper. So that's all the discount stuff I got. Or, well, all the discount markers. I actually got a water-soluble pencil, but I'll show you all that later. And I got an Artisoft pen. This one wasn't on sale, but I used a 40% Michael's coupon, so it was cheaper. But I got this one in lavender. So I thought I'll show you the, I swatched them already because, of course, these are the ones, this is sort of the color scheme I got going, and I didn't super plan it in the store, but once I saw them all together, I realized I think that would make a pretty cool mermaid color scheme. So I sketched and inked a thing. And I'm pretty proud of it. I was kind of going for a beta fish style mer person. And yeah, so I'm gonna fiddle around with my camera and these markers and try to set it up so you can see me color this. Alright. Okay, so I'm just gonna try to hold my camera with my phone with my left hand and just kind of go in and try to color. We'll see how that works out. You know, I actually might should use the bullet nib for this, but we'll see. been so long since I've colored with markers. Well, honestly, it's been a while since I've actually been able to put together an illustration. Been in and out of doctor's offices being pretty sick. Yeah, that's not too bad. You know, I was thinking after I put these nipples there, like, would more people even have nipples? I mean, it's a sort of, it's a fake thing, but I don't know. It's interesting, the idea of mixing human anatomy with fish anatomy, since they're not super compatible. Ah, man. I was doing so good staying in the lines, too. I'll figure a way to make that work, though. Yeah. Y'all should try holding a phone and recording drawing sometime. It's wild. Oh, went out of focus. Damn. It's kind of the problem with using my phone, is it kind of wants to focus on other stuff. Okay. Now I gotta switch colors. Let's see how well I can do that with one hand. Nice. Really should have put that on camera. I'm proud of how well I did that. Let's see. Now, opening the markers, give me another hand. The Prismacolors have really difficult caps to take off with one hand. Bah! Bah! Alright, I'm gonna stop the camera and fucking uncap. Well, yeah. Alright. That's fun. I'm hoping that I can do a cool transition with a different marker after this one, because I have the darker green, and so I'm hoping I can make that look pretty cool. And then I'm gonna add the darker green and the purple in the tail, because that transition is not great right now. Let's see. You know, I just realized I didn't put a thing between. Wow, that paper's not bleeding. That's pretty cool. That area right there is just sort of bleeding out into it. I might have to wait for that to dry. So I'll add this area needs to be kind of liney. I think, like I think the tails are kind of like that, because you know, I did not get any kind of reference photo or anything, because that would be smart, wouldn't it? And then, wham! Okay. I think I'm going to go in with a switch. Let's see. Aha! That one I can open. It's too light to cover up the brown, but I think I might mix the brown in with it on the eyebrows. So eyebrows tend to be darker than the rest of something anyway. Might also try just multiple layers. Oh, is that out of focus again? It is. Also, I'm not quite sure how much of this narration I'll do, because I might just zoom through this. I figure lavender nipples make the most sense for a mermaid, right? And let's do a little bit of lavender in the eyes. Pop. That. There we go. Oh, I totally forgot I had the blue. I think I'm gonna... Let's see if I can get the... Oh! Ah! Nope, can't do it. I find it really funny that I just completely forgot I had the blue. Focusing too much on the multiple greens I had. And then let's see if I can... Oh. Yeah, it doesn't look like that's gonna work. Wow, that's weird. It's doing a weird thing. I don't like that. But... Man, it's out in a very strange texture. Wonder if that's a product of the markers or the paper. Yeah, so I'm just gonna have to add that all over. That might actually help with the transition here, though. Yeah, it's getting a similar effect to when, to sometimes when I use colorless blenders. I'm assuming it's just like too much alcohol concentration on the paper, and so it's like pushing the colors. Or it's something to do with the different pigments not kind of playing nice. Let me see if I can get closer. Okay. You see that? I didn't really like it at first, but it's, I think it's working. So I'll live with it. There we go. Let's... What next? I think I might just take a break and work on the rock. So I'm gonna use my one brush snip. See if I can open this one with one hand. I did it. Nice. Okay. Yeah, the difference between the brush nib and the chisel nib is kind of huge. Like, it's interesting. I watch a lot of YouTubers that talk about brush tips versus chisel nibs, and when I was first starting out, before I had a pretty big collection of markers, I was like, oh, it's probably not that big a deal. And like, in the grand scheme of things, it isn't. You can get a lot of really cool effects just fine with chisel nibs. It's just harder. And like with this, I can get up right close to the edge and then immediately start filling out this big space. And it's just a lot easier. Which is kind of how it is with like the difference between nice art supplies and cheaper art supplies is not always a sort of difference in like one supply is actually better than the other in any like actual way. It's just like makes making art easier. If that makes sense. Because like well, no, that's not really a good point. I'll cut that out. Now I'm gonna attempt to make little rock texture marks. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. Alright. Oh, I managed to get that. Okay. Ooh, this particular marker smells worse than the other ones. Well, I'm pretty pleased with how that rock turned out. Let's see if I can. I'm gonna hold it up and I'm trying to focus in on it. Yeah. I don't know if you can't really see it on this camera very well, but I'm gonna try to add some photos at the end. So let's see. I think it's time to risk it and go in with the darker green. And just like now I'm trying to avoid some of those cool texture spots. Hoping this might add some depth. You know? I'm just remembering. I don't think there are a lot of betta fish with spots. Oh well. I'm gonna have to try to come in with that light green and do something about these harsh lines. And then, is that my blue? That's there we go. I think that might be all for now. At the very least, that's how much I can film. I'm gonna add some details and show photos and stuff. Yeah, bye.